Baked beans are synonymous with breakfast, and I grew up eating baked beans out of a can, and now I make them this way, which I think is much better, and it's almost as simple as opening up a can. You're gonna love this one. Now I'm going to add a little American flavour to these baked beans, so we're gonna put some maple syrup in there and some smoked paprika. So they're gonna be Smokey BBQ beans. First thing first though, is our chorizo. Now you could chop it up really, really fine if you want to do, you cut it into rounds, you can take the casing off, but I'm just going to cut it on some different angles because I want little chunks of chorizo in there. So it's almost like beans and sausages. So we'll cut them up, they'll go straight into our pan, a cold pan. So I'm trying to render some of that flavour and fat out of the chorizo. Same with the other one. Second chorizo goes in. You can see I've tried to still get a lot of surface area, so cutting it on that angle allows you to get lots of surface area on your chorizo, so we can render as much flavour out as possible. So we'll pop that in. An onion, which I've diced, will go in with it, because as the flavour and the oil comes out of that chorizo, we want it to be able to help cook that onion. A little bit of oil, not much, because there will be some oil come out of our chorizo, just to help it along. So just a tiny little splash and a pinch of salt. So that, on a medium heat, is going to take about 5 minutes for that onion to sort of collapse and become translucent, get a little bit of colour on it, and for us to get colour on all the surface area we've got on our chorizo. So if you look in the pan, you can see that our onion's probably halved in size. We've got some great colour on our chorizo. So now we're going to add in the smoky and the barbecue sort of flavours. So smoked paprika is where we're going to get our smokiness from. And about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, which we're going to cook out. And that'll give us that barbecue sweet sort of flavour that we're after. So we'll just cook the spice out and cook the maple syrup out. And then we can throw our beans in. Now, it's completely up to you what kind of beans that you want to use. If you like red kidney beans, you can use them. Because everything in there is quite chunky, I'm going for a chunky bean. So a cannellini bean or a white bean, pop them in. Cook them out a little bit. And then some stock. I'm just using beef stock, about 1.5 cups of beef stock. We'll pop that in. And I'm just going to reduce that beef stock down by about half. And then I'm going to add in my tomato sauce. Now I'm using the Barilla ricotta one. Ricotta, I reckon, is going to go really well with this dish. They also make a great one called arrabbiata, which has got some chili through it. So if you wanted to go that way, you could as well. Can't have really good beans without really good toast. So I've just put some bar marks on some great sourdough, and then I'm topping it with a little bit of chopped coriander. But you can go for any herb you want. If you like parsley, go with parsley. So there we go.